Hey, Bill Lethman here for Money Evolution. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a common Roth conversion mistake that we see people making all the time. And that is not doing a Roth conversion because they think they don't have the money to pay the taxes on the Roth conversion. And while this may seem like a very big deal, there's actually a very simple workaround for it. But real quick though, before I get into the details of today's video, if you're working on these Roth conversions and would really like to learn more about that, we put together an entire Roth Strategies case study video where I walk through 6 different Roth strategies and through a hypothetical client situation ends up with over a $600,000 tax savings and I think increase their portfolio value by over $1,600,000 because of those Roth strategies that we put together in the hypothetical client situation. So there should be a link right below this video if you'd like to check that out. That's going to give you some great information. So going back to the video here, if you don't have the money to pay the taxes on the Roth conversion, some people just say, hey, I can't afford it, and they put it off. Now, there are going to be a couple of considerations for this. One of those considerations are you over 59 and a half or under 59 and a half? So if you're under 59 and a half, you're going to need to want to think about the 10% penalty that could apply if you take a premature distribution from a retirement account. That's a very big deal, and we want to avoid that, of course. But if you're over 59 and a half, you can actually take an extra distribution from your IRA account to pay the taxes, and it still makes sense to do that. So let's say, for example, that you've calculated your target tax bracket and you determined that there's about $100,000 left in that bracket. Maybe you're targeting the 24% tax bracket, which I think is a sweet spot here as we're talking about these Roth conversions. And so 24%, let's say you have a 6% state taxes, just to make our math super easy. So that means that your total taxes for state and federal would be 30% or $30,000, of course, right? And so the very simple workaround here is that instead of doing a $100,000 Roth conversion, you do a $70,000 Roth conversion and you take a distribution for $30,000 to pay the taxes. And we talk about this. I have a whole video about how to pay the taxes on your Roth conversion, but you're going to want to pay those taxes basically at the time or very close to the time that you actually do the conversion. You don't want to get stuck with a failure to pay penalty, basically, or you didn't pay the IRS enough money when it was due. So that's a very simple workaround. And when we do the math on this, it actually still works out very well. We don't want to waste that opportunity to get $70,000 more in a Roth IRA account, because we didn't want to pay the taxes or we didn't think we had the money in a non-retirement account to pay the taxes. Now, if you do have money in a non-retirement account, generally it's going to make more sense to use that non-retirement account asset to pay the taxes and then convert the full $100,000. But you're also going to need, of course, to take into consideration if there's any liquidations that have to be made from that non-retirement account. Are there capital gains? Are they long-term capital gains? Are they short-term capital gains? What does that all look like? Now, if they're long-term capital gains, the good news is that if you've determined that there's $100,000 of room left in the bracket, but you also have, you're gonna sell something. Let's say you're gonna sell $100,000 worth of stock that has a $20,000 long-term capital gain. That $20,000 doesn't go into your income tax base. It doesn't push you up into the next tax bracket because that is a tax preference item and it would be taxed at whatever that rate is. More than likely the 15% tax bracket, and if you're over $250,000, it could be that you have some net investment income tax at 3.8% on top of it, but it will not push you up into the next tax bracket. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're under 59 and a half and the only option is to take a distribution from your retirement account, again, you've got to worry or think about that 10% penalty. But if you've separated service, from your employer and you have a 401k plan and you separated in the year or later that you turned age 55, you can take a penalty-free withdrawal from your 401k plan. It has to be a 401k. If you've rolled your 401k to an IRA account, that doesn't apply any longer, but that would be an option there that you could do that. So you could do, you could potentially do a rollover of $70,000 into an IRA, then convert it. Sometimes your plan will let you do it right inside the plan, but then you can take that $30,000 distribution from your 401k plan as long as you have separated service from the company in the year, at least, that you turn 55 or later, even if you're under 59 and a half, and avoid that 10% penalty. So hope that helps. Again, so if you want to learn more about these Roth strategies, check out our case study. I also created a worksheet as well too that really helps you to figure out where you are in the tax bracket and exactly, or pretty exactly, how much money you can convert to a Roth IRA account, taking all of your other income into account there. And we have that on a website called howmuchroth.com. If you go to that website, you can download the worksheet for free. We're going to have a video there that's going to walk you through how to fill it out and everything. So check out both of those things, and hopefully look forward to seeing you on one of those other videos, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.